finally figured out why that rear backup cam has been on the fritz. And it's just by using pattern recognition. Whenever it's raining outside, it like stops working. And I never really like noticed the correlation until today, because last night it was raining, and this morning I had both of my hats in my trunk and they were both wet. So that leads me to believe there's some sort of leak or something. I don't know, but not super important. We are headed to the gym to hit legs. I'm actually still working on the hydration aspect. I've had like almost 60 ounces of water since I woke up. I've got a little bit left in this, and it's like a electrolyte mix. So I just want to finish this by the time I make it. But yeah, so legs will be the same as usual. Hamstrings, a variety of hamstring curls in any angle imaginable, followed by quads. So probably just a bunch of leg extensions, sissy squats, and we'll see. My left leg's been feeling a little off, and I don't know if it's because I've just been working. I'm kind of like, I'm always walking around. Maybe it kind of just, maybe I tweaked my knee at some point. But I expect it to be a very good leg day as always. I got some Chipotle after I did my cardio. So we are very well carved up. Somewhere around 60 grams of carbs, 77 grams of protein, and 35 grams of fat. So, I think we're in pretty prime condition. I did some research into the whole being in a deficit for too long, plateauing weight deal. And I couldn't really find any conclusive evidence, because some studies say one thing. Like, some studies go in one direction where they're like, yeah, being on a cut for too long, your body will, your metabolism, this and that. And then the other studies will say the opposite, where there is no significance with their, like, you know, multi-week study with 50 individuals on a controlled diet doing this, that, and the other. But I'm not too worried about it. I weighed myself this morning and we were at 224, and yesterday we were at 227. So there is a lot of fluctuation with like water weight, but I'm confident after like another week or two, I'll kind of stabilize, because I just came off of like a month-long fasting thing where I'm fasting from sunrise till sunset every day for a month. So I'm sure that really messed with the metabolism a little bit, so I'm still kind of lining up with that. But as long as I maintain the cardio, keep myself at a deficit, we should be good. I saw this nutrition coach guy on TikTok, and he was talking about how, like, with his clients, he kind of poses them a question. He's like, listen, would you guys rather do no cardio but eat like a very limited amount of calories? So like, for example, no cardio and you eat at 1,800 calories. Or you do cardio and you can eat up to like 2,400 calories. Because the idea is that the cardio will burn off those extra calories you consume. So, in essence, the more cardio you do, the more that you can eat while you're on a deficit. And I don't disagree with that, like, at all. It makes perfect sense to me. But the only thing that, like, I'm not going to implement that type of idea. Like, the treadmill says, like, 300 something calories. I'm not going to eat an extra 300 something calories because I'm paranoid and I'm worried that it'll kind of become a scapegoat of like, oh, well, I did my cardio this morning, so I can eat this. I can have this like donut, or I can have an extra helping of this. So it's just something. There's a guy like watching the road. He's like directing traffic. But I just think it's, if you have a coach kind of directing you, they keep you in track, like you have somebody to answer to and report to, I think that's a pretty solid idea. But for somebody like me, who I'd rather just do it myself. I don't really feel the need to hire a coach or anything for nutrition. I can kind of keep myself in check by kind of just adhering to my own standards. Plus, it's kind of motivating to me to like, I've already made this much progress by myself, which that's not to take away any type of credit for somebody that does hire a coach, because regardless, you're the one putting in the work and you're the one making the progress. But it really is just like my own mental thing of like, I want to do it myself. I want to figure it out, because that's really what it is it's fun to kind of like work at it yourself, figure it out. It's something to work on. And that's kind of like, I'm an animal of routine. I like having something that I can like consistently improve on and work on and keep track of myself. So, rambling aside, that's kind of the idea. I'm gonna do things myself, and yeah. Long-term goals-wise is, and I've like discussed this before, but the main idea is to drop down into the like low 20s, high 10s in body fat percentage. And when I get to that point, I probably won't immediately jump into a bulk. I'll kind of like maintain that for a month or so. Is this an accident? What happened here? But maintain that for a month, kind of enjoy the progress, I guess, and then jump into a bulk. But when I do my bulk this time, I'm going to be a little more careful about it. The last time I bulked, I was already like higher up in the body fat percentage. I was already heavy and like softer. So I wasn't necessarily strict on like what I ate. It was more of a matter of calories and number of protein I'm eating. So the next time I bulk, it's going to be a lot more calculated and much slower. I'm not going to immediately jump up to 4,000 calories a day. I'll gradually build it up. So I'll start at 2,600 calories, and then when I plateau there, 3,000, 3,400, and so on until I feel like I'm at the point where, it's time to start cutting again. But that's not going to be for another little while. Ideally, I hope this cut will be done by the end of the year. I mean, I'm taking it super slow, pretty meticulous, and I'm constantly trying to optimize it, I guess. So, definitely not the best way to do it. I would probably really benefit from having a coach, but I might not hire somebody, but I have a friend whose brother is like a nutrition coach. I might just like have a conversation with him. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. This is the idea. What do you think? Get some tips. So we'll see about that. But we are getting to the gym. Gonna hit some legs. I don't know if I'm gonna do any commentary today just because it's a little busier, and I don't know. I really need to get over that whole mental idea of like kind of caring what other people think, because a big part of it is like I don't want anybody to think that I'm like only lifting for clout, or like the only reason I lift is to make content, because that's not it. Like, take the camera away and the magnet away, I'm still gonna be here doing everything that I'm doing, but who knows? Who freaking knows? But I will see you guys once I'm in there.
Legs are, but it's 25, bro. It's got to get up there, keep it up a bit. Yeah. Do you need it? Okay.
Ooh, man. Okay, this guy is sprinting through the parking lot. Holy shit. He is in a rush. Anyways, leg day is complete. Oh man, I am fucking toasted. I couldn't record all of my sets. The big reason why I don't record hamstrings, this guy's letting me through, but there's still like substantial traffic. I appreciate it, but the reason I don't record hamstrings is just because the hamstring like area is in the middle of the gym. It's next to the treadmills and all the Stairmaster stuff, so I don't want to record anybody in the background and make them feel weird or anything, and I don't know. But we got some good quad action. You guys only saw a couple sets because somebody got on the Stairmaster that's right behind me, and I will not have any allegations imposed against me, so I figured it would be best to just stop recording there. But I did, what was it, 4 sets of like relatively heavy double leg extensions, followed by, I did 2 sets of single leg, really focused on the squeeze, and supersetted it with sissy squat. So like the typical. I really haven't seen much of a reason to change it up, because like, I mean, you guys saw how baggy these sweatpants are, and I mean, by all means, I'm not filling them up, but they're a good deal tighter than they were when I walked into the gym. So that was a great pump, and like, this is like a thick sweatshirt and I am soaked, which, I mean, sweat isn't necessarily a like indicator of if you've had a good workout or not, but to me what it means is that I properly hydrated prior to the lift, so this pump by extension is going to be much better because I'm super well hydrated. So this was a phenomenal pump. Really fucking good leg day. I just wish you guys got to feel like, and when I say feel, I don't mean like you touch me. I mean like you feel the same level of pump that I feel. That is kind of the goal when we're all going to lift, is to get that pump. And I remember when I first started lifting, hell, for the first, like, I want to say year that I lifted, I never really got a pump because I didn't know what I was doing. I was still really figuring things out. Not that I regret it. I'm sure, like, if I could go back in time with the same mindset that I have right now and, like, started lifting, quote unquote, properly, I probably could have better results than I do right now. But because of the experiences that I went through of figuring things out, I got to the point that I'm at now. So there's no real reason for me to be like, oh man, I shouldn't have done, or I should have, like, that really doesn't fucking matter, as long as you are learning from it. Like, if you're able to look back at yourself and say like, man, why did I do that? That means you've learned from it. So there's really nothing to be upset about. But man, phenomenal leg day. Very, very pleased with it. The one downside, or the one bad thing, I guess, is that I forgot my towel. I normally like to shower when I'm at the gym just because I don't want to drive home sweaty. And I forgot my towel. So, gonna have to just shower when I get home like a peasant. To be honest, I could probably use the, they have a bunch of rags, like to wipe down equipment and stuff. But I don't trust like that. Like I know they wash, I see them wash them every day. But I'm not gonna be the one to like acquire a new form of hives purely because I used rags to dry myself. Is anybody gonna let me through? For the love of God. The route that I take to get home. Are you coming through? Okay. The route that I take to go to and from the gym is like it's through a neighborhood. Mostly because I don't like to take the main street. That's actually called Main Street. Because it's like 5 o'clock right now. And the traffic is kind of insane. So if I can take the back way where there's less traffic, even if it'll take me more time, I will do that. But what am I talking about? Lift was great. I do have a little protein drink with me that I will consume at some point during this drive. And then getting dinner with the family tonight. So I'm surmising a beautiful steak dinner. But that's all I have left to say. Got chess tomorrow. And I will see you guys then for that.